Welcome back, weary wanderers, to the village. This is Cal. I guess not the village. Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Video game time. Last time we murdered our God's favorite son, Duke, who is now dead. God rest his soul. Would you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? I would. I'd like to see our options and what we got. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have... What is that? It beeped again. Wait, are my headphones almost dead? You fucker. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Perlaine Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Afraid? That's Dustin. We love Dustin. So has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. She hunts cryptids. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Pain rod decay. Ouchie, ooh. I got some bumps on me. Please help. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh, guys. Hey, you guys got some antibiotics? You guys got a little bit of that sweet medication? I'd really appreciate it personally. What? Are these plugged in? Fuck. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of the woods at dawn. Yeah. Come on, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creature in the tree line grows louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Yeah. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it! Yep. Yep. Hey, Stella, keep an eye on... Oh, no, Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. I think Franklin's the gruff one. Welcome home. That's Wayne. He's pretty cool. And then this is Cybele. My grandmother used to call them ditchlings. They're a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. From the comfort of Stella's guest room, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Tuesday morning awaits. I hope you enjoyed that recap, babes, because it's time for episode 2. Wake up. Is that a fucking Gretchen porcelain doll? This is the best way to wake up ever! You open your eyes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You are still alive. And for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the unfamiliar room to the window, to the wall, to the sweat dripping down my balls. Oh, my Gretchen's crawl. Ha! Sorry. In the woods beyond, and you wonder if the monsters are lurking just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the comfort of your new friend's family home. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. A knock at the front door. Hark! Who blows there? Your morbid thoughts are interrupted by a distinctly unhappy voice filtering through the house and past the closed door of your bedroom. Where the hell is Callum Kane? Oh, hey, Tabby. There's a fresh pot of coffee on the table if you want to come in. No, I'm just here to check in on my cousin. Let's make this quick. I have a lot on my plate today. You're barely decent. Might be mildly scandalous if people saw you like this. I will calmly collect myself and put on my clothes, as is the right of a well-dressed adult man such as myself. You calmly collect yourself while Tabitha fumes outside your door. Are you sure you don't want to visit for a bit? You don't have to run around here being the big boss this week of all weeks. You should let yourself... I'm fine, thanks. Callum Kane, I know you're here. Where the hell are you hiding? I'll come out and say hi. I don't want to be a dick. Now sufficiently prepared to greet other civilized humans, you open the door and join them in the living area. Sup? Wow. Two very different vibes you're giving me right now. But this princess over here makes it all better. I love you. Gretchen excitedly looks at you and wiggles her tail. I simply must say what a joy it is to see that you are finally up. I do hope you're well rested and that you don't mind our most unfortunate guest. Morning. How'd you sleep? What exactly did you two get up to last night? We went to the woods to film a video. No, not that part. The cops called this morning and told me all about that. They did? What did they say? Did they find Duke? They didn't find a body, if that's what you're asking, but apparently he never went home last night. They had quite a few questions about you, Callum Kane. I'm just look at me, I'm just a little guy, I'm real silly. I would never murder anyone named Duke. Probably. I think. Don't worry, I told them you were an upstanding citizen. You should remember that kindness the next time you think about blowing me off to spend the night with a stranger. I love Tabitha, so fucking crotchety, dude. Oh, she's like Scrooge McDuck. Hey, don't be so hard on Callum Kane. I asked him to crash here. And look, I don't care what the cops think, Tabby. There's something horrible out in those woods. And I don't think anyone in this room wanted Callum Kane walking up that mountain alone last night. Stella, would you mind giving me a moment alone with my cousin? And while you're at it, please stop calling me Tabby. We're not in high school anymore. Yeah, alright. You're not going to let her treat my dearest Stella like that, are you, Callum Kane? Isn't this Stella's house? You fucking twerp. Come on, man. Come on, Tabby. No berating guests in the Richmond household. Whatever. I don't really care if you're here for this. You've been in town for less than a day and my stress is already through the roof. I mean, I get it. Stella got you all worked up and you were too scared to walk home. Sure, whatever. That checks out. But I don't care if those woods are chock full of ghouls and ghosties. You had me worried sick. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. I'm not gonna lie, I watched a man die last night. Cut me a little bit of slack. It was pretty tough. Just his brains everywhere. It's horrible. You mentioned that before I went to bed. I have no idea what happened in the woods, but if that's true, it's all the more reason to head back to the estate before it gets dark. I'm leaving. I've already lost a good chunk of my workday coming down here. I expect to see you back at the estate tonight. Stella, please try not to traumatize him while I'm gone. Wait, Tabby, let me know if you're free sometime, okay? Tabitha sighs, as she is wont to do. You're relentless. We'll see. But don't get your hopes up. Oh, I get it now! Oh! Of course! Tabitha! How did I not? Tabitha is our CEO of a company that is she's in the small town, and she needs a Christmas miracle. Stella, listen. I think you're very attractive. I think we could get along. But Tabitha over there, I'm just saying, she could really use some companionship. And I'm her cousin, so it can't be me, buddy. You know what I'm saying? You should probably, take her out. You get some of those biscuits you were talking about earlier. They're delicious. Just from one, from one friend to another. We're friends now, right? What about Gretchen? God, I love you, Gretchen. Hey, you good? Sorry about Tabby. She totally blindsided me. You really probably shouldn't let her treat you like that. That's fair, but I could say the same for you. It's complicated, you know? It sucks that this was probably the longest interaction I've had with her since high school. How are you holding up, though? That was rough. I'm happy I stayed here. Yeah, I do what I'm an adult wizard, and nobody can fucking stop me from casting spells in any which fucking receptacle I want. If I want to cast spells in an orb or a wand, I'll do that. If I want to sleep in a house or a mansion, I'll do that too, fucker. I got mobbed by fed some pigeons today. Well, that sounds fantastic. Pigeons are adorable. I endorse feeding them. Pigeons are great. Me too. Anyway, sorry for that rude awakening. I've been up for a little while, but I was hoping to let you get a little extra sleep. But you're up now. We've got a full day ahead of us. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Oh God, Gretchen's getting ready. A full day ahead of us. That sounds like walkies to me. What? How are you so in good spirits right now, Stella? You watched a man's brain go out of his body. You should not be okay right now. Guess I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing. What happened out in the woods last night was horrific, but right now we have something important to focus on. I'll have time to process what happened to Duke when we get to the bottom of things. You probably shouldn't just bury your feelings like that. It's not brain away. I get that, but I'm fine. At least for now, I can process this in my own time. Alright, what's the game plan, boss? First things first, I was planning on swinging by the library. Kanika's got a head start on us, and it looks like she's already there. That reminds me, let's set up a group chat. What's your number? You and Stella exchange numbers. We are officially friends, for we are bound in technology. A text message from Stella to you and Kanika. It reads, Group Chat. Hopefully we can find out more about ditchlings from some of the older local books there. I've also got a couple of threads on my threads cooking on my cryptid forums, but who knows if that'll pan out. Anyway, daylight's burning, so let's roll out as soon as you finish getting dressed. Can I have some snackies? Don't worry about it. I packed all sorts of snacks for the day, and Oscar totally won't mind if we eat at the library. Alright. But those snacks better be good. As if you need to even worry. Alright, fantastic. I guess I won't finish getting dressed. I'm just like in boxers and like a tank top. I'm magically ripped. I'm walking around showing off my fucking wizard muscles, dude. Callum Kane, fit as a fiddle. The walk to town was short. Stella's house is barely a stone's throw from what remains of Scarlet Hollow's once bustling main street. Fucking one end of Scarlet Hollow to the other is a stone's throw away. You shudder as you stare down the thoroughfare, both from the chill in the morning air and the all-too-present memories of everything you witnessed last night. You see that building labeled Town Hall? That's actually the library. It's a library! Well, it's also the town hall, but it's just a small upstairs office nowadays. I guess this town's not what it used to be. That and our mayor's really into going on walks. I think there's going to be a meet and greet later this week. Could just be the pick-me-up we need with everything that's been going on. Stella may be fond for him, but I certainly didn't vote for that beast. Gretchen does not seem to care for him. Alright, I know you've joked about it a couple times now, but I'm starting to believe you can understand her. Gretchen absolutely can't stand Major Jimmy. Major Jimmy. Mayor Jimmy. Oh, hey! Morning, Stella. Same to you, Callum Kane. Speak of the devil, we were just Who dares text me on my cellular phone? Don't text me! Nothing I need to worry about right now. We were just talking about you. Coming from Stella's, huh? Did y'all have a slumber party? Sorry, y'all, but I'm actually in a bit of a rush this morning. I can't really stop to chat. It'll take me a bit to set... Why are you looking at me? Well, stop it. It'll take me a bit to set up, so if you want to catch up with folks or grab something at the diner, you can meet me at the library when you're done. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit, Stella. I'm gonna talk to these two for a minute. Cool, see you soon. Whoa, she always has time to chat. Is she feeling okay? Oh, Stella and Callum just got into a bit of trouble last night, that's all. A bit? A bit of trouble? I saw Duke's eyeball. It was not in his ocular socket. But I saw his gray matter. And it was not in a surgical clinical setting. It was in the dirty, dirty woods. And frankly, I don't think he's okay. I think he might be dead. I guess he could have walked it off, considering they haven't found a body. But I have to assume that aforementioned mountain lion stole him away. Maybe they married. Beautiful. You can't just drop something like that and leave me hanging. What happened, Callum Kane? Well, might as well tell you the truth. I'm not really a liar. Stella and I went into the woods to try and find a skunk ape, but we ran into something way worse. Actual monsters. Cybele said they're called ditchlings, but whatever they are, they killed Duke and have been mutilating the local wildlife. Whoa, slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Beau? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Callum Kane. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Cybele's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. Always helped me on bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyway, it's up to you. See you around, Callum Kane. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I'd better get back to it myself. Hey, I got the Confidant achievement for telling Avery about last night. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. We both know that there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play in all this. I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've things that need tending to. Stay safe, Callum Kane, and God bless. Okay, bye, Sybil. I love you. Stella said you had some time to kill before she finished setting up. Let's go to the... Let's go. We can either go talk to... I'm guessing the general store is to go talk to Kanika, but I think Kanika's at the library, so I don't really know... What the fuck? I don't really know what the purpose of going to the general store would be, and I don't know how much money I have, because I already spent a little bit of money at the diner. I kind of like the diner, and it's also where everyone is. I'm gonna go to the diner, because I feel like I can ingratiate myself in the local community a little bit better if I go to the local stomping grounds and say hello, and also trauma dump on my good new friend Avery. Oh, Avery! Oh, there's different people here today. This is so... I love this fucking game. What do you got? Fancy city coffee, sausage biscuit special, Sunday pancake special, bottomless coffee. Holy shit, this place is cheap. Winnie's winning smile, free. Yeah. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with a tantalizing smell of breakfast. I don't think me being crazy is going to help. I'm going to talk to Avery. Hey, coffee day! Get coffee with Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie saddles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. Well, but the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to fill the time. Maybe I should switch to Sudoku. My wife likes Sudoku. I don't understand Sudoku. What do you do? Someone explain to me in the comments exactly how to play Sudoku. In detail. Thank you. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you really want to get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. I would like some tea first. You take a gentle sip of your tea. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Whoa, not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. It's a fungus that grows on birch trees around here. It's supposed to be super healthy, but it definitely makes for a challenging drink. Color me impressed. I'm gonna tell you about last night, Avery. I'm gonna go into the gray matter details, so be prepared for that. You spill the beans. You spill the beans. What the fuck? Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seems distant. Monsters in the woods? I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. Can't say I like the thought of it. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in their morning coffee... Not that! When the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going into the woods to look for someone. Must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it, I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. Ooh, they seem... Small-town cops not knowing how to do their jobs? Sounds about right. Yup, A-cab, fucker, even in a small town. You're not wrong. As someone who didn't grow up here, it was a little jarring to move into a place where the cops literally do just sit around drinking coffee all day. It's kind of like a cartoon. The worst they usually have to deal with are property disputes. I'd be surprised if they actually knew what to do in a real emergency. I haven't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I haven't pegged you. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte, oh gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folk grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but a shared history I'd never be a part of. Their shared history I'll never be a part of.
Do what? I'm having... you should get out of here.
Let me know if you come across any leads. We're on the case, but I hardly know where to start. Let me know if you hear anything. Definitely. Man, it looks like my shift is starting. Hopefully the Chaga's had a chance to start working its magic. The diner's where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what's going on here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange and unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half-wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner ready to continue your day. Let's check the general store. We might as well, right? Oh, that's not Kanika. Never mind, I thought Kanika worked at the general store. I guess I misremembered? Das Raven. Das Raven! Das Opossum! This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. Fresh pickles! A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Hi! I'm Callum Kane. I just got into town yesterday. What voice am I gonna give you? You seem younger. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. I guess that's his voice now. Sorry. Well, what's your name? Miles. Okay, Miles. What? Should I talk to you for chips or whatever? Miles sighs. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. Well, I'd take some chips. You grab a bag of salt and vinegar chips from a nearby shelf. It will sustain you in the coming days. Cool. Fucking... See ya, Miles! Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Sticky fingers steal from the general store. I didn't mean to steal! I got permission! It's not stealing if they give you permission! I'm going to the library. This place sucks. It's not my fault. You enter the former town hall. Why is... Why is that the picture? Why are the kids so happy? Why is there a fire? Who is the bearded man being taken out on an iron girder? Okay. What once must have been a stately foyer has been converted into rows of shelves, meeting rooms, and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Hold on. I'm wired in, I forgot.
Oh, hey, you made it!
I did. I'm gonna shush Stella and point at all the books before heading over to their table. This is a library. I have respect for it. Glad you found...
I love this dog!
Oh, anyway. Glad you found the place. Hey, Callum Kane. You look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Callum Kane. I will sleep when I am dead. We've got important work to do. Yeah, I'm eager to crack those books. Agreed. Anyway, I guess we should get started. Who is this absolute fucking stud of a man? Hey, strangers. I don't know what he should sound like, so I'm giving him that. And literal stranger. My name is Callum Kane, Tabitha's cousin. I'm here for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance is, oh, it's strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez. What? Gutierrez. I'm Oscar Gutierrez. Gutierrez. Yeah, it's probably Oscar Gutierrez, chief librarian and also the only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built his library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Sorry, I think I just choked on my own glottal. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering any of my texts. I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into any trouble out there. You know how the crowd she hangs around. Oh, you know the crowd she hangs around. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's that? What's the old Maxwell place? Oh, it's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors were like Swiss cheese. I really should have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. Ditchlings kind of it's a bit of a problem, if you ask me. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came here today. Have you heard of them? They're a cryptid, and seeing one's supposed to be the disasters around the corner. Doesn't really ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? That's the thing that killed Duke! Don't make it look so cute! Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try to figure out what sort of disaster this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go grab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, ain't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old girl. Well, aren't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I love her so much. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think we have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in these woods. If I were you, I would keep my loved ones close in the coming days. I'm gonna try to call Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Don't mind Callum Kane, he's been hanging out with Stella too much. Don't you look at me like that, you two! Woman and dog! Well, okay, actually, Gretchen, you can look at me just about however you'd like, but hey! Why are you looking at me with like you're concerned about who I am as a person? I'm awesome. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. We'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Callum Kane, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black hair braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Why is my camera slightly to the right? That's better-ish. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be much faster with the two of you here to help me out. Got our snacks, source documents. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet Hollow coal mines. Ooh. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war industry. Injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his two elder sons to the bloodiest of his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Okay, for a second I thought, it's like, Andrew Jackson, what? Whoa! Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expansive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate. That was until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region, culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918. It was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security members to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the death of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. Not great! The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch V, who was taken over for their aging father due to the bustle of the war, managed to pull from the mine the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. Oh, I see. Enoch V is the one who then took over after Theodore. Yes, after Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, died. Whose brother? Andrew Jackson's brother or Theodore's brother? I don't know if it matters. So this is how your family made its fortune. Looks like it. Silas Scarlet, soldier, woodsman, leader. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818. One of 12 siblings, he grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange. for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin, built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their fucking 8 kids. Logging business brought over the workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the remaining hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding that he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. Right now, we're trying to find information on the ditchlings, the things we found in the woods in episode 1. We talked to Avery very lightly. They were very nice. My proof for the accusation is made it the fuck up. Fair. I guess put me away then. Put me in irons. A few entries catch your eye. Wampus cat. Tommy knockers. Talipo. Wampus. Tally knockers? No, Tommy knockers. You know, from Stephen King's hit book, The Tommy Knockers. Does that ring a bell? Anyway, Wampus sounds so familiar. Why does Wampus sound so familiar? Tommy knockers. Ooh. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures have stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapsed them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. The Wampus Cat. Often linked to the Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people in the region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against a tradition. Interesting. Okay. Talipo. Or Talipo. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the back of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he had drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran out through its hiding hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this'll have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in the pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, his dog curled up at his feet. He woke to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big, yellow eyes staring back at him. "I want my Talipo," a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away!" he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Talipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog!" the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Talipo!" Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. I see he got his Talipo back. Good for him! Motherfucker ate tail water and said, "Yep, I'm full now." He closed the book and put it back. "Think I'm all done. Let's check in." I should probably do a quick save here. Squeep. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as to what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Who's this handsome man? He's quite handsome. Before he can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Hey, Pixel! You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any papers he can find. Pixel, my dear friend, it has been too long. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Oh, yeah. Snack time. Crunch, crunch. That's a good fucking cat right there. Hello, Daddy. Oscar.
Obama.
Oh, they can talk. I can talk to animals. Animals cannot talk to other people besides me. He is quite a handsome boy. Yeah, he's a handsy little guy. Has my webcam been stopping? That's weird. I just saw it freeze. Has it been doing that much? Squib, 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 squib. Looks normal. Try to keep an eye on it. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought of that people might pay attention to anything that is not him. He's so happy. Hey Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods? I am an indoor cat. I know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. Pixel says that your house is haunted? What's up with that? How did you know that? Callum Kane is either psychic or he can genuinely talk to animals. It is a long story. No comment. I'm John Arbuckle? Can John Arbuckle talk to cats? Besides Garfield? We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more snacks and scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises, objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Oh, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in my bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Wait, you've seen a full-body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, it's probably a dirty pipe or something. But what if it's a ghost? I believe him. I can practically feel the haunting. Kanika, stop giving me your fucking stink eye, girl! You're pissing me off. Actually, now that I think about it, almost everyone's kind of giving me some sort of stink eye, except for Papa up here. Love you, Daddy. Well, we do live in the annex behind the building. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night. Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to be spooked by some creaky pipes. Cool. Depends on which Garfield canon you follow. Fuck! Somebody get Connor in the chat, dude. Connor knows so much about Garfield. I'm gonna leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better go back to shelving. Let me know if you need anything. I love you, Pixel. I can't pet you, but I can do this. Squip, squip, scoop, scoop. And some for you. Squip, 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 squip. Some for you. Holy shit! That's a fucking turd cutter right there! Bro's got cake. I didn't realize you were allowed to bring food in the library. Sheesh. Oh god, there's so many. Okay, a lot of explore options. Bro's fucking cheeked. I think there's a cult here. That could be interesting. He must take some loud fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he must take some absolutely uproarious. Yeah, those cops were wicked suspicious. You fart with that ass, sir? You got a license to carry a fucking weapon like that in your back pocket? Those cops were awfully suspicious last night. Really weird combination of dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know, it just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Have you had any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once y'all are done and check in on her usual haunts. Look at that saucy face! Look at this sexy man! Look at him! He's like a sculpture. Oh! He's so handsome. He's so fucking handsome. It's insane. Anyway, nuclear incidents? You were talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple bombs.
Fascinating bit of history there. The first two of the bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent.
And 60 years later, the second bomb has not been recovered.
Right, its conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it up and sealed it.
Sorry, did you say buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal.
I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set.
Yeah, why would there be so many ditchlings here if there's a bomb somewhere else? Yeah, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. Not that we should be looking too hard at the disaster angle. Whatever these creatures are, they're biological. Look, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't really make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its old hundreds of miles away and kill us. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Let's talk about Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think they're maybe like Tommyknockers? With the whole warning thing? Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'll play Skyrim now. I'm in a Skyrim mood. It's your fault. I'll probably play Skyrim when we're done playing Scarlet Hollow today, to be honest. I really want to play an adventure game today, but I also really want to make progress in this game. Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. It's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Talipo's pretty crazy. Yeah, that was wild. Remember the Talipo? That fucking I hate that. My mom used to tell me that Talipo story when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might come and try to dig out my stomach if I did. Ha! I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods. That I used to think was the chimney from Talipo, the one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know it's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. I've been camped out there several times and I've seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. Stop fucking looking at me like that, Gretchen. You're weirding me out, man. Oh yeah, no, the main quest line, you don't gotta do the main quest line until the very end of the game. That's what I do. I do everything else first. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Wampus cats sound like mountain lions, voiced like a woman. Oh, Wampus kind of sounds like they might just be mountain lions, voiced like a woman crying out, somewhere between person and cat-sized. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kirika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you will trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends haven't died off. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started out as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real, and I will literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Let's move on. God, there's so much shit to talk about. Veins of Scarlet. So, coal mines. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work there. I never could. Speak for yourself, I love a good crevasse.
Oh my.
Yeah, what if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems pretty fucked up. That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room. He stuck up last night and called Calicore by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe there's some sort of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne and now Wayne infected the local wildlife. Yeah, that could work. We might as well talk about Silas. So, Silas Scott. Sorry, there's a huge fat ass in the background. I'm distracted. Silas Scarlet. Rich guy in the South? Probably could have known that he wasn't a great guy.
That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject.
Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, too. You can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. This town is stuck in the past and built on atrocities. It's already practically collapsing onto itself. No offense, but maybe that's why the ditchlings are here. None taken. Why would the ditchlings be here now, though? Scarlet Hall has been like this for as long as I can remember. Why don't we look for Rosalina? If there's a missing kid in town, that's probably way more important than whatever else we'd be doing.
Just to clarify, I don't think she's missing. She's just out with her friends and ignoring her poor old man. Not that I don't appreciate your concern.
I don't even know where we'd look aside from the old Maxwell place. What do teens even like to do nowadays?
You don't have to worry about checking up on her there. I've gone out there myself and finished shelving. Just let me know if you run into her while you're out.
There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We could poke around and see if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go question miners, right? We're not just poking around unprepared in actual mines? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I never would. We didn't have a good reason to go down there, personally. Good. Let's keep it this way. You know how I feel about mines. They dug too deep and too greedily. I promise, Neeks, we're just gonna question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, I say cool abandoned coal mine, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You can cross that bridge. I'm not going underground. Just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Anyway, hey, maybe if we'll luck out and run into Rosalina while we're poking around. Okay, good. Hopefully we can figure out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. We were always going to wind up in the mines. Well, that's kind of ominous. I'm a little worried about Tabitha. She's not exactly going to be thrilled to see us snooping around the mines. We could be sneaky. I'll be like a lookout. She'll never even know we were there. Did I show Rat? I feel like I showed Rat. The Skyrim Rat? Yes, you did. You showed the Skyrim Rat in the Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls tab, I believe. Yeah! Scritch! Where the fuck did you get Scritch? I love Scritch. Very sweet little rat. Look at us going on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but we've been so wrapped up in running the store I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I tried to play and stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting that bad. Poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Callum Cade. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. All right, let's roll out. See you, Oscar. Let you know if we run into Rosalina.
Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted.
Bye, Oscar.